And we welcome you to Charlotte, North Carolina, the spot tonight at Providence Day School for the 2025 NCISAA State Basketball 4A Championship. And it's the number 1 and number 2 seeds, the Greenies from Christ School, looking to go back-to-back, playing host to Carmel Christian, the 2 seed from just down the road right here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Hi, everyone. Kendall Lewis here with you on Bahakel Sports.com tonight. We're glad you're tuned in from wherever you may be. A sellout crowd here at Providence Day School. Standing room only. It is wall-to-wall in here. Here's a look at the path to get to the state championship from Tuesday night. Christ School took down a very good Forsyth Country Day School on Tuesday night at home. And how about Carmel Christian, a step-back J from Bryce Slay in the closing seconds, who dropped 36 on Providence Day to punch their ticket, and the top 2 seeds enter this state championship here tonight. Folks, we want to remind you tonight's broadcast of the NCISAA Basketball State Championship is brought to you by North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance and Ortho Carolina, the better choice. It's loud, it's packed. Starting lineups and national anthem getting set to be introduced. Tip-off coming up next on BahakelSports.com. And we welcome you back into Providence Day School, where it is slam-packed, max capacity in here for this sellout crowd. They stopped selling tickets earlier this afternoon. We tried to spread the word the first 2 games. Obviously, only wristbands allowed to get in this thing. All right, a lot to like about both of these teams. You look at Christ School, you look at Carmel Christian. Carmel Christian, 18-8 all the year, took down a very good Providence Day School on Tuesday night, spoiled their chances of playing on their home floor. Bryce Slay went for 36 points in that one, the Marshall signee. He's a big-time player, but you look at Carmel Christian, 4 double-figure scorers entering tonight's ball game. Of course, Bryce Slay leads the way at almost 19 points per ball game, but Leaks, Kennedy, and Guandolo all contribute, and this is a team that comes in averaging just over 61 points per ball game. As starting lineups being introduced here inside of Providence Day School. And for the Greenies of Christ School, defending state champions. They won the 4A state championship in Raleigh, North Carolina a season ago in a thriller and return a lot off of that team. In fact, they return Michael Wilkins, the NC State signee that we'll call his name quite a bit tonight. And the Greenies with a rich tradition, 8 state championships in their school, their program's history. Year 4 for Josh Coley, and this guy just continues to put players at the college level, especially in the Division I ranks, year in and year out. This has turned into a dynasty in the NCISAA, and they're hoping to make it a 9th state title here in this one here tonight. Making the trip from Arden, North Carolina, just outside of Asheville, here for the state title. And we are ready to rock and roll here in the 4A state championship from Charlotte, North Carolina. Kendall Lewis here with you, BahakelSports.com. And Michael Wilkins will jump it up for the Greenies against Bryce Slay, 6'6" senior from Carmel Christian. Cougars in the black unis with the white trim down the side. Christ School in the white unis, green trim down the side. And we are ready for tip-off here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Once again, folks, tonight's state championship presented by Ortho Carolina. Slay and Wilkins, standing room only. Here we go, 4A state title. And the Greenies win the opening tip. And it's Madden Collins, who stepped up in the state championship a year ago for the Greenies. Controls the rock as he works it over to Dason Petty. Errant pass, stolen away, missing the lay-in, tap back for 2, and Carmel Christian on the board first. Chandler Kennedy right at 14 points per ball game there to follow it up, and within seconds the Cougars get on the board here to start this 4A state championship. Collins surveys the floor. Both these teams will mix and match their defenses. Here's the lob looking for Wilkins, deflected away, right back into the hands of Collins. He'll try a 3. Wilkins, the offensive board, ripped away. And here come the Cougars. They'll slow it up just a little bit. Bryce Slay, number 2 in black. Coach's son's 36 points. Marshall signee, in fact, he's got his future coaches in the building here tonight. Slay, pressured along the sideline, throws it off the leg of Michael Wilkins. And we're just over a minute into the first quarter. Carmel Christian with the opening bucket, trying to add to it here. If you're just tuning in with us on BahakelSports.com. Bryce Slay can score at all 3 levels. Loose on the floor, saves it. Right to Chandler Little. Little attacking, Little wild shot, rebound Greenies. And here comes Pop Petty for Christ School. Talented juniors, he skips it across. Want to go into Wilkins here from the free throw line on the J. Can't get the roll. Tapped around, rebound secured by the Cougars. Here comes Kennedy back the other way. Both fan bases loud and active here in the opening 2 minutes of play. Wide open 3, Bowman cashes in. Braylon Bowman knocks it down in a 5-0 start for Carmel Christian. Collins surveys the floor, gives it up. Here's Wilkins. Both teams settling in here. First 2.5 minutes. Here's the skip. Collins sets his feet and buries it. And Collins a little slow to get up after knocking down the 3. Let's take a second look at the replay. And a chance at 4, foul in the act of shooting as he hobbles over to the free throw line. Well, Madden Collins, as we mentioned, a kid that stepped up in a big way in the state championship last year. Coach Coley was talking to me earlier this afternoon about this was his coming out party, if you will, a season ago in the state title. Inside they go to Wilkins. trying to muscle it up, draws the contact and the foul, and Zamaika Wilkins will go to the free throw line for the Greenies. Whistle and a foul charged. To Christ School, to Carmel Christian, that is their second team foul. And Wilkins can't get the roll in the first. Well, Wilkins, the NC State signee, heading to play for Kevin Keats in the Wolfpack next year, and hits the second. 5-4, back and forth we go here in the opening 2.5 minutes of play, first quarter. Chandler Kennedy brings it up the floor for the Cougars. Kennedy across the timeline. Pressured by Madden Collins, who's one of the best defenders on this Greenies team. Kennedy, shot fake, floater, along the baseline, short, rebound Greenies. Here comes Christ School, acrobatic finish, Pop Petty for two. And Christ School's got their first lead of the game here at the 5:04 mark of the first quarter. And this one deflected out of play. It'll stay with Carmel Christian. Sideline out of bounds coming for Braylon Bowman, who hit that three just a moment ago for the Cougars. Kennedy surveys the floor. They'll pull it back out now. Contested three. Wilkins was out there on the closeout. Lead feet ahead for Petty. Petty can't finish off the glass. Saves it right back to Wilkins, and he's hacked on the arm. Second trip to the free throw line upcoming for Zamaika Wilkins. And Zamaika Wilkins, as you get a look at this standing room only crowd, we'll take a timeout here. 4:36 left to play in the first quarter. And this Greenies team, as we mentioned, state champions from a year ago, won the 4A state title a season ago. That was played at Raleigh-Ravenscroft. We mentioned 8 state championships in their school's program history. It's only year 4 for Josh Coley. And I was talking with him earlier today. He said, look, the target has been on our back all season long, but we have answered the call. 25 wins, just 2 losses. They went a perfect 8-0 in their conference this year. And plenty of these guys that are going off to play at the next level. Some guys that are still maybe undecided, and some late offers coming in for some of these players. But Zamaika Wilkins at the free throw line, his second trip, as we mentioned, heading to play for NC State next year. Had 29 points, 19 boards in Christ School's semifinal win Tuesday night as he cashes in on the first free throw. Only 64% from the charity stripe this year. You know, Wilkins is a guy that can do it all, can lead the break, the ability to even step out and shoot the three, and great size. It's 6'9", 243. (8-5), Christ School with a 3-point lead. And they'll line up in a little full court pressure here. Carmel Christian, if you're just joining us, scored the first 5 points to start the game. It's an 8-0 run for Christ School ever since. Leaks hands it off. Barrett. This place loud and active. Kennedy surveys. Lots of dribble handoffs in the Cougars offense. From the top, Leaks pulls it back away. Extra pass, corner three, it's good. Miles Leaks knocks it up at 8 apiece. Multiple ties, multiple lead changes already here in the first quarter. We're coming up on our first media timeout here at the next dead ball. Wilkins inside trying to go to work. Fouled on the arm again. And he's got a pair coming. This should take us to a media timeout. And when we come back, Zamichael Wilkins at the charity stripe for Christ School, all tied up at 8 apiece in the 4A state championship.
The first question out of a kid's mouth is, when can I get back to doing what I want to do?
So in 2019, I was in class and I was doing a jump that I've been doing since I was maybe 6 years old. And my foot went one knee, my knee went the other, and my knee dislocated. It amazes me how I went through what I went through and I was still able to continue my dreams.
Ortho Carolina is proud to serve as the official orthopedic care provider of the NCISAA. Ortho Carolina is committed to empowering those who may be impacted by injuries in partnership with a Hurt mobile app. Ortho Carolina provides free, on-the-go, real-time access to orthopedic specialists 365 days a year. Prepare yourself now for those unexpected moments by downloading the Hurt app. Ortho Carolina, committed to being the better choice. Tied up at 8 apiece with Zamichael Wilkins at the free throw line. This is the third and final state championship game of the day here at Providence Day School. Third trip to the charity stripe for Wilkins as he casts in on the first. The free throw line going to be magnified a little bit for these two teams tonight. Wilkins misses on the second free throw, and rebound pulled in by Carmel Christian, and a lazy pass stolen away. Wilkins on the flush, brings the house down with less than 3.5 to go in the first quarter. Kennedy off the hedge, whistle and a bump. Fouls on Madden Collins. That'll be his first. Team foul number 1 on Christ School here in the first quarter. Braylon Bowman, who knocked down that three earlier to give Carmel Christian a 5-0 lead in the opening minutes. You mentioned 4 double-figure scorers entering tonight. Active hands for Wilkins. Pokes it free. Leaves it off for Petty. Petty muscles it up for 2 off the glass. Largest lead for Christ School at 5. Kennedy surveys the floor, drops it off, down the baseline. Good ball movement for Carmel Christian. Pull up, yes. Ice cold. Bryce Slay on the pull-up jumper. Pulls the Cougars back within 3. Inside they go to Wilkins. There comes the help side, blocked. And picked up by Leaks. Leaks up ahead, Griffin off glass, scores. O'Brien Barrett pulls the Cougars back within 1. 13-12, deep three. Oh, you betcha! Pop Petty from way downtown. And every time Carmel Christian goes on a run, it seems like Christ School's got an answer. Catch and shoot three. Long. Wilkins the rebound. Tyler Jones had the pocket picked. Quick hands from Kennedy. Lost the handle. Saves it back in play to Slay. He's knocked to the floor, no whistle. Officials say play on. Pull up three. Spins out. And rebound off to the Cougars. Less than a minute to go, first quarter. Kendall Lewis here with you on BahakelSports.com. Chandler Kennedy surveys the floor in between the circles. Leaks. Pressure, those long outstretched arms by Petty. And he's called for the bump. Second team foul on the Greenies. We'll take a second look at the replay. Foul comes in with 39.2. And Bryce Slay just had his first bucket of the night, had 36. The Marshall signing he did on Tuesday night. And another whistle comes in and a foul. That one's on Thomas Vickery, his first. Team number 3 on the Greenies. Slay trying to create something. Bryce Slay bumped. Wow. 3 straight fouls on the Greenies here. And that's their 4th. This time it's on Tyler Jones. And Bryce Slay controls the rock. Long, rangy, 6'6" guard heading to Marshall next year. Oh, sweet pass. Up and under. Trying to alter the shot, and a whistle and a foul comes in. We'll take a second look. Now this is going to put O'Brien Barrett at the free throw line for Carmel Christian. And we get a couple of substitutions in as well. And checking in for Christ School is Mason Collins, Madden's brother, 6'7" freshman, in for the first time. And at the line is Barrett, who cashes in on the first. We mentioned the free throw line is going to be huge tonight. As much as these two teams get to it, and Barrett makes them both. He's got a couple of points here in this first quarter. 10 seconds remaining. Greenies can play for the last shot. Collins gives it up. Jones back to Madden. Collins for 3, no. And the first quarter comes to a close. 16-14. We got a good one in Charlotte tonight in the 4A state championship. We'll be right back on Bahakel Sports.
This town is my home. I care about the people who live here. There's no substitute for local. I get to build relationships, and that's what makes us different. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
The Dairy Alliance is the official milk partner for high school championship events with 8 grams of complete protein per serving. Milk helps you build muscle, stay active, and recover. Muscle up with milk. Follow them at the Dairy Alliance on Instagram or Facebook to learn more. 16-14 as we come back to you here on Bahakel Sports in the 4A state championship game. The Greenies, who trailed 5-0 in the first couple of minutes to start, came roaring back and have a 2-point lead as we get set to begin the second quarter here in our final state championship game of the night here in Charlotte. Again, big congratulations to Victory Christian Center in Greensboro Day, who won state championships here earlier today, as well as Rocky Mount Academy girls last night, as well and Caldwell boys last night. The 5th game on this floor here in 2 nights. 20 seconds in. This one's been back and forth. Multiple ties, multiple lead changes. Bowman zips one over to Leaks. He'll try it from 3. No. And big rebound pulled in by Madden Collins. Up the floor come the Greenies. Inside, Wilkins with the layup and the foul. Zamika Wilkins muscles it up through contact and a chance at 3. Gives Zamika Wilkins 8 early points of the Greenies' 18 here to start. When we talk about this kid, the ability to do a little bit of everything, as Coach Coley talks about. It was interesting. Coach Coley earlier today said, Wilkins has really grown as a leader in the last year. Obviously, all the tools have been there pretty much his entire high school career. He's polished those even more, but the leadership is there now. Transition 3, just off the mark. Tapped around, a fight for the rebound between Vickery and Kennedy, and a jump ball. Possession arrow is going to favor the Greenies. Five-point lead for Christ School. Just a minute into the second quarter. Kendall Lewis here with you on BahakelSports.com. It is, when I say standing room only, you can't even move. Oh, Wilkins, spin cycle. Seven-point lead for the Greenies. Little step through for Slay. Tough move in the finish. Bryce Slay's got to get going here. Bad pass. Leaks on the steal. He'll pull it away. And Carmel Christian will try to set something up here. Bryce Slay just 4 points so far in the first half. He had 36 2 nights ago, and he traveled here. A shuffle of the feet and a turnover back to Christ School. Take a second look. Madden Collins, as Coach Coley says, thrives in these type of environments. Was big last year in their state title run. Extra pass batted away from Tyler Jones. He races it down. Trying to feed it inside to Wilkins. They can't get it to him. Into the paint, kick out. Mason Collins, he buries it from 3. Mason Collins, the 6'7" freshman, extends the Greenies' lead to 8. And we'll take a second look at the replay. Boy, Collins, a big-time 3 there. And we're going to look inside of Carmel Christian's huddle here with Tamar Slay in year number 2 as the head coach, coaching his son. I always love it when you see that father-son duo, especially at the high school level. And Bryce getting ready to head off to Huntington, West Virginia, to play it for Marshall, the Thundering Herd, in the Sun Belt Conference next year. And just a talented player is Bryce Slay, but Tamar took over the program a year ago, and he's guided this team here to the state title in year number 2. Carmel Christian, another program with a rich basketball tradition, and trying to get one here tonight in their backyard, playing in Charlotte, North Carolina. A great job by our production crew and our camera crew here tonight, bringing you these angles. And literally, they are down the railing to where the auxiliary gym is here at Providence Day School. It is Carmel Christian basketball. Braylon Bowman will trigger it in. Slay will bring it up the floor for the Cougars. Slay trapped close to midcourt. Bowman zips it over to the left wing. Now they'll get it back out top. Over 5 minutes left to play, first half. Kendall Lewis here with you on BahakelSports.com. Slay had it knocked out of his hands, gets it back, floater, you betcha, and he was fouled. Bryce Slay, a chance at 3 as you take a look at the replay. This to cut the deficit back down to 5 for Bryce Slay. This is a guy here that goes to the line at will, 74% from the stripe this year, and he cashes in. Collins brings it into the front court for the Greenies. Wilkins out high. Inside they feed it. Wilkins going to work. Off the glass, yes. Sticks it in for 2 more. Here comes Carmel Christian. Well, that time Griffin looked at the 3, instead pulls it back out. Wilkins gambles on the steal. Little attacking, kicking. Griffin for 3. Short, and a rebound Wilkins. And Zamika Wilkins will bring it up the floor himself. Wilkins spins, he's fouled out front. This kid can do it all. You look at his size, you think, wow, 6'9", 243, and the ability to lead the break. Second team foul on the Cougars here in the second quarter. Jones pulls up at the free throw line. Long on the jump shot, right into the hands of Vickery. How about a third chance? And it's altered. Here come the Cougars. Slay, oh, tough move. Bryce Slay, oh, the kiss off the window. Things starting to heat up here inside of Providence Day School. Wilkins falling away, hacked on the arm. In the act of shooting, Wilkins is going to go back to the free throw line for Christ School. And Bryce Slay in the Christ School student section with a little words. Media timeout here with 3:41. Wilkins at the free throw line when we return. 5-point Greenies lead.
Just because you can't be there for her game doesn't mean you can't be there for her.
Life doesn't always go as planned, but North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance is here to help pick up the pieces. Our award-winning claims team will have you back on the road in no time, because helping you is what we do best.
At North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance, being local to customers and their families matter. That's why they're a proud supporter of the NCISAA. Whether it's supporting student athletes or giving back to local communities, North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance is here when you need them. 5-point lead for Christ School over Carmel Christian here in the 4A state championship game presented by Ortho Carolina. This is about the 5th trip in the first half to the free throw line for Zamichael Wilkins, who was hacked on the arm in the act of shooting right before the timeout as he knocks down the first. (27-21). Greenies with a 6-point lead. You talk about a raucous environment, standing room only, and they're hanging over the railing here at Providence Day School tonight. This place sold out as Wilkins picks off the pass. Wilkins, spin move and the finish. Pretty finish for the NC State signee. Largest lead of the game from either team, and Wilkins takes this one away. Collins up the floor to Tyler Jones. The lob! Climb the ladder does Mason Collins. Timeout, Carmel Christian. Take a second look at the replay. Jones goes up top, and he's only a freshman, folks. Mason Collins with the alley-oop, and Christ School with an 11-point lead here at the 3:16 mark of the second quarter. And you can see the student section, how riled up they are. As we mentioned, tickets for this one sold out early. And they had to put signs up on the door. They had to get the 3A players and fans out of the gym before they could let the fans in for this one. And I imagine quite a few people got turned away at the door tonight here for this 4A state championship game. Now, Bryce Slay for Carmel Christian, 9 points in the first half. And this is a big possession right here for the Cougars in the danger zone, trailing by 11. This one tipped right back into the hands of Chandler Kennedy. Kennedy going to pull it away, trying to create something here. Less than 3 to go, first half. Catch and shoot, Kennedy. Off the mark on the 3, tapped right back to Kennedy. Floater, rolls around and drops. Big bucket there for Carmel Christian, and they trim it back to single digits. Stops a little bit of the bleeding. Wilkins leans in, kicks it out, extra pass. Now the dump down to Mason Collins, who lowered the shoulder, and a whistle comes in. And an offensive foul was called on Mason Collins. This will go back to Carmel Christian. And this can kind of trim back into it. Again, Christ School led by as many as 12 here in this first half. Can they manufacture back-to-back buckets here? Slay wants it, shot fake. Slay slicing down the baseline, kicks it. Open look from 3, just off the mark. Exactly the possession Carmel Christian wanted, just couldn't knock it down. Corner pocket 3 for Madden Collins. And spins out. Rebound Cougars. Up the floor they go. Leaks attacking. And gets knocked to the floor. We'll take a second look. Ball trickles out of bounds. It'll be a baseline out of bounds for the Cougars. And they throw this one deep into the backcourt to Braylon Bowman. 32-23. Greenies have slowly built this lead in the second quarter. In active hands, Tyler Jones steps in front and deflects it out of play. Christ School so good defensively, as we mentioned, and they will hedge on a lot of those ball screens. They will blitz on those ball screens, but active in the passing lanes here, and we've seen it tonight. Kennedy down the alley with the runner. Chandler Kennedy back-to-back buckets for Carmel Christian. 7-point lead for Christ School. Mason Collins floats it inside to Wilkins, and he's fouled. Little shove in the back, called on Barrett, and that's going to be his third. Team foul number 4 on Carmel Christian. Wilkins catches the lob, taps it back for 2. Missed the first one, but on his second chance cleans it up. 53 seconds to play, first half. And Kennedy calls a play inside of midcourt. Dason Petty. Now they get it to Bryce Slay. Off balance on the 3 and fouled in the act of shooting. Take a second look. Boy, Slay got, they say, touched on the arm there by Tyler Jones. Third team foul on the Greenies and a 3-shot foul as Bryce Slay heads back to the free throw line for Carmel Christian. Slay on the first tickles the twine. 76% from the free throw line on the season is Bryce Slay. Over 2 assists, almost 2 steals a game. This guy impacts the game in so many ways. And short on the second one. And just 1 of 3 at the line that time. 8-point game, 30 seconds. And the Greenies likely can hold for the last shot as they take a timeout to try and draw something up. Now Josh Coley, who we mentioned is in year number 4, trying to go back-to-back state championships. He talked about the culture that he has built at Christ School and the players. He said, we are a player-led program we give the kids a ton of freedom. We try to put them in the best situations to succeed. And this is a guy that just continues to manufacture Division I talent year in and year out. Coach Coley played his college basketball, graduated from UNCG. Played under Mike DeMint for the Spartans in Greensboro. And it's a guy that is well connected in the basketball world. And again, he talked about today how tough it is to go back-to-back and repeat. And they've had the target on their back all season long. And he said this team has embraced being the target this year. And right now they've got an 8-point lead, 26 seconds remaining in our 4A state championship. And a chance to maybe go up double digits here at halftime. Matt and Collins will control the rock for the Greenies. Collins working against Miles Leaks. 9 seconds on the timer. Collins spins with 5. Collins finds Jones, back door just off his fingertips and out of bounds, a turnover with 2.4 seconds left. Carmel Christian with time for maybe a dribble or two. Slay not going to be able to get a shot off. They turned him, and the first half comes to a close. Christ School leading Carmel Christian 34-26. At the break, we'll have our Ortho Carolina halftime report coming up after these messages.
The first question out of a kid's mouth is, when can I get back to doing what I want to do?
So in 2019, I was in class and I was doing a jump that I've been doing since I was maybe 6 years old. And my foot went one knee, my knee went the other, and my knee dislocated. It amazes me how I went through what I went through and I was still able to continue my dreams.
We welcome you back for our Ortho Carolina halftime report here in the NCISAA 4A state championship game with Christ School leading Carmel Christian 34-26 here at halftime. When we come back, we'll take a look at some of those first half highlights. Balanced scoring attacks for both teams. Back and forth we went in the first half. We'll be right back with more from our Ortho Carolina halftime report after these messages.
The first question out of a kid's mouth is, when can I get back to doing what I want to do?
So in 2019, I was in class and I was doing a jump that I've been doing since I was maybe 6 years old. And my foot went one knee, my knee went the other, and my knee dislocated. It amazes me how I went through what I went through and I was still able to continue my dreams.
We welcome you back to the Ortho Carolina halftime report here in the 4A state championship game with Christ School leading Carmel Christian 34-26 here at the break. Plenty of highlights to go around. We'll take a look at some of those first half highlights from these two teams. It was Carmel Christian that got off to a quick 5-0 start in the opening 2 minutes of play. You see Braylon Bowman knocking down the three, and then Christ School started to settle in. Dason Petty in his first state championship game with a nice finish in traffic. And then it was the Zamika Wilkins show, bringing the house down. That got the crowd alive there late in the first quarter. And we go to the second quarter with Dason Petty hitting a big three. Christ School built their lead up at 1 point to 12 in the first half. And Zamika Wilkins able to get to the free throw line 5 times in that first half. And Carmel Christian really had no answer for Wilkins. We'll see what type of adjustments are made. But Bryce Slay started to really settle in that second quarter. A couple of nice finishes at the glass, including this one right here, up and under, right in front of his future coach, Marshall, in the building tonight to watch this state championship game. And Zamika Wilkins with a big first half for Christ School. This was the one that brought the house down. The lob to Mason Collins late in the second quarter, the freshman, and that's where we stand right now. 34-26. Second half is on the way. 8-point game in the 4A state championship. We'll be right back.
This town is my home. I care about the people who live here. There's no substitute for local. I get to build relationships, and that's what makes us different. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
A Master of Sport Management degree is an emphasis on studying the business side of sport. Western Carolina gives you the education and advantage. We're located in the Business College, which is AACSB accredited. Our business savvy curriculum, taught by nationally recognized professors, can provide the tools that differentiate students from the crowd. Our curriculum provides a solid foundation of theory, but also the application piece that students today are looking for.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by North Carolina Operation Lifesaver. Remember, when you see tracks, think train. For more information or to schedule a presentation, be sure to visit www.oli.org. That's North Carolina Operation Lifesaver. As we come back to you here at Providence Day School in Charlotte, North Carolina, 34-26, 8-point lead for the Greenies of Christ School, trying to repeat as state champions yet again as we get set to begin the second half of play. We'll revisit some of those highlights from the first. We mentioned Bryce Slay got going in the second quarter a little bit for Carmel Christian, but of course just a balanced scoring attack for Christ School. They've been balanced all year and able to open this thing up at 1 point to a double-digit lead. And that has since been trimmed down a little bit. Carmel Christian able to get it back down to single digits there late in the second quarter. And we'll see what type of adjustments these two coaches and these two teams make heading into this third quarter. of our 4A state championship. This is the final game to be played here tonight, the nightcap. And we had 2 games earlier today, the 1A and the 3A, and then we had 2 2A games last night, the men and women that were played on this floor. And Jamaica Wilkins really flexing the muscles in the first half, if you will. We take a look at this lob from Tyler Jones to Mason Collins from back in the first half for these 2 teams. And both teams back out on the floor, ready to start the third quarter. It'll be Wilkins, Petty, Collins, Madden and Mason Collins on the floor, and Tyler Jones. That was their original starting 5. That will start the second half for the Greenies. Jamaica Wilkins, 19 first half points. As we mentioned, Bryce Slay in double figures with 10, but he's got to really get hot early and often for Carmel Christian here in the second half. And Braylon Bowman triggers it in to Miles Leaks. Yeah, Leaks, just an errant pass, throws it away to start here in the third quarter. Kick out, Mason Collins from deep. 15 seconds in, Christ School strikes first in the second half. 11-point lead quickly. Back to double digits to start the second half. Kennedy, he'll dial it up from deep. Can't hit from 3. Offensive rebound. Back up strong. And the roll. Chandler Little gets it to go for the Cougars. Chandler Little for Carmel Christian, his first bucket of the night. Had to come out of the game with 2 fouls there in the second quarter. They work it over. Tyler Jones from deep. Spins out. Rebound Cougars. Can they make it back-to-back here? Kennedy, quick first step, surveys the floor. They'll work this one over right side to Bowman. And this one's intercepted. Madden Collins took it away. Coast to coast. Can't finish off the glass, but he's fouled. And Madden Collins will go to the free throw line for Christ School. As he gets knocked to the floor, foul on Chandler Little. That's his 3rd. And Madden Collins back to the free throw line here for the Greenies. And gets the roll over the front edge on the first. Christ School up by 10. Substitution is O'Brien Barrett checks in for the Cougars. And Madden Collins makes them both. Madden Collins, a guy that we talked about a little bit in the first half. He is heading to play Division I at American University over in Washington, D.C. We talk about how tough it is for high school kids now to land in Division I, especially with that transfer portal as hot and heavy as it is, and will be in the next month when it reopens. Kennedy wants the baseline, sealed off, kicks it back. Bowman will try it from 3. Can't hit. Tapped around, rebound Mason Collins. And here comes Tyler Jones. Petty, slicing baseline. Petty muscles it up for 2. Strong take to the rack for Dason Petty. And a timeout, Carmel Christian. We'll keep it right here with 5:46 left to play in the third quarter. Josh Coley and his squad has built their largest lead of the game now at 13. I tell you what, you don't want to say that Carmel Christian is in the danger zone. You take a look at some of their stats from this year, 65 points per ball game, and they've owned the glass. Of course, Micah Wilkins has been a big part of that on the glass this year, pulling in 8 rebounds a game of those 28. And Christ School just has been dominant. I think the one stat that kind of stands out is the 16.5 assists per game. Josh Coley was talking about how well this team shares the rock, and they are certainly balanced. We mentioned 4 double-figure scorers coming into the ball game. It will be Cougars basketball with 5:42 left to play in the third. Slay dancing around the corner, working on Tyler Jones, picks up his dribble. Kennedy wants the baseline. Kennedy had the shot altered. It's going to stay with the Cougars of Carmel Christian on this end, and it'll be a baseline out of bounds over towards the corner. That's an interesting spot for Slay. He gets it in bounds. Slay wants the rock in his hands. Slay trying to create space on Tyler Jones. Slay off balance, tough shot, and can't connect. Rebound Mason Collins of Christ School. Here's Madden Collins, his brother, had it taken away by Bowman. And Braylon Bowman gets fouled from behind after the steal. And you get a second look. Foul goes on Madden Collins. His second, team foul number 1 on the Greenies here in the third quarter. Chandler Kennedy working on Madden Collins. Slay spinning on the step through. Tough move. Scored in the foul. Grown man move for Bryce Slay. And Slay with a chance at 3. Goes back to the line for Carmel Christian. And cashes in. 10-point lead, 41-31. Jones got bumped a little bit. Christ School wanted a foul, didn't get it. And this one's taken away. Numbers for the Cougars. Slay will pull it for 3. And he buries it. 7-point game with less than 4.5 to go, third. Defense to offense for Carmel Christian. Petty sealed off along the baseline. And Christ School will pull it back out. Inside they go to Wilkins. Wilkins had his pocket picked and then picks up a foul. And all of a sudden there's a little life from Carmel Christian. That'll be the second on Zamika Wilkins. Team foul number 3 on the Greenies here in the third quarter, and still 4 minutes left to play in the third. Slay hounded by Tyler Jones. Slay looking for space, and a reach-in foul called. Wow. This will take us to a media. We got a good one. Get your popcorn ready. 41-34. Here come the Cougars. We'll be right back on Bahakel Sports.
The first question out of a kid's mouth is, when can I get back to doing what I want to do?
So in 2019, I was in class and I was doing a jump that I've been doing since I was maybe 6 years old. And my foot went one knee, my knee went the other, and my knee dislocated. It amazes me how I went through what I went through and I was still able to continue my dreams.
Ortho Carolina is proud to serve as the official orthopedic care provider of the NCISAA. Ortho Carolina is committed to empowering those who may be impacted by injuries. In partnership with a Hurt mobile app, Ortho Carolina provides free, on-the-go, real-time access to orthopedic specialists 365 days a year. Prepare yourself now for those unexpected moments by downloading the Hurt app. Ortho Carolina committed to being the better choice. We had Director of Outreach, Leanne Caldwell, come up for an interview last night out of Ortho Carolina. Proud sponsor of the NCISAA. 14 fouls on the Greenies. 3:46 left to play in the third quarter. Bryce Slay and Carmel Christian with the basketball have trimmed the deficit to 7. And a chance to maybe get as close as they have been since the second quarter. And this one's stolen away by Petty. And then he's fouled. Trying to skip it across. Good anticipation by Dason Petty to read the eyes of Slay, and a takeaway. 3.5 minutes left to play, third quarter. Mason Collins brings it up the floor. Collins barking orders between the circles. Jones kicks it over, corner three, you betcha! Dason Petty. We mentioned transferred in, was all fired up to play in a state championship. Coach Coley said, and could be showtime. Mason Collins! Exclamation point. A 12-point lead for the Greenies. Bowman across the timeline into the front court. He has not scored since the first half. Miles Leaks gets it back to Bryce Slay. He'll flip it back to Leaks. Corner three, long, big rebound as Petty goes up and gets it. Then he's knocked to the floor. Third team foul on the Cougars here in the third quarter. And the foul goes against Braylon Bowman. And Madden Collins controls the rock for the Greenies. And every time it looks like Carmel Christian may get this thing within a one-possession game. Oh, no-look feed. Wilkins off the offensive board to Mason Collins. I was just saying, every time it looks like Carmel Christian's going to get this thing close, when they get in single digits, the Greenies throw a haymaker right back. Good take from Bryce Slay, who gets it back to 12. 90 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Collins on the quick crossover. His brother Mason flashes high. They get it inside to Wilkins. And Wilkins tied up underneath. Possession arrow is going to keep it on this end. And a couple of substitutions coming in for Carmel Christian. Daniel Guandolo and Chandler Little come back in. Guandolo's been quiet tonight for Carmel Christian. Collins, the skip, cross court. Petty dials it up for three. Slay into the front court. Wilkins poked it free. Shot fake. Guandolo down the baseline on the floaters. Good. Tough take, much needed for the Cougars. 13-point lead for the Greenies. They can play for the final shot, 32 seconds. Oh, instead they won't. Collins will pull it. Wilkins the offensive board. Back out to Petty. Bang! Back-to-back triples for Jason Petty. Slay, behind the neck pass. Kick out, corner pocket, long, tapped around. Greenies can strike again with 7. The lob, Jones can't flush it home. Collins, corner 3. They'll take that. And a 19-point lead to end the third quarter. An absolute haymaker, 57-38. We'll be right back on Bahakel Sports.
Just because you can't be there for her game doesn't mean you can't be there for her.
Life doesn't always go as planned, but North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance is here to help pick up the pieces. Our award-winning claims team will have you back on the road in no time, because helping you is what we do best.
At North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance, being local for customers and their families matter. That's why they're a proud supporter of the NCISAA, whether it's supporting student athletes or giving back to local communities. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance is here when you need them. A monster run from the Christ School Greenies to end the third quarter. They have got their largest lead of the game at 19. In fact, they scored 9 points in the final 30 seconds. And there's a whistle and a foul that comes in on Jason Petty. Pop Petty now with 3 fouls. They call him Pop. Chandler Kennedy controls the rock. Carmel Christian, they need points and they need them fast. Got to strike early and often in this fourth quarter. 7:38 to decide a state champion. Slay kicks it. Kennedy looked at the 3 in the corner. Oh, quick hands. Madden Collins takes it away. Jones cleared the runway. And Wilkins gambles and gets called for the foul. Take a second look. Tyler Jones ready for takeoff. A 21-point lead now for the Greenies. And Bryce Slay with some words to the official. Slay wants it, calls for it. Kicks it out, open look, Barrett for three. Off the back of the rim. And Tyler Jones brings it into the front court. Jones had it poked free out of his hands. Takeaway by the Cougars. Slay on the step back three. Off the back of the rim. And Matt Collins controls the rock for the Greenies. No hurry now. Can eat some of this clock up in the fourth quarter. Catching fire anyway. And Barrett the rebound. Oh, and a steal. Back to Jones. He'll flush it down again. It's a rim-rocking fourth quarter for the Greenies so far. Slay gives it up. Kennedy, corner three, bang. Big shot from Chandler Kennedy. Less than 6 minutes to play. Wilkins kicks it, open three, spins out, tapped around. This goes right back into the hands of Barrett. Carmel Christian's got to go in a hurry. Clock not on their side. And Kennedy gets tripped up and fouled. And we'll take a second look. Substitution checks in. Joseph Ahart, the 6'9 senior, for the first time tonight here in the fourth quarter. Slay trying to work on Mason Collins. Good shot fake for Bowman. Zips one back across to Kennedy. Corner three on the way. Off the back of the rim that time from Leaks. And rebound Greenies with just over 5 minutes left to play. Mason Collins wants it on the inside. Wilkins was trying to feed it to him. And they'll pull it back out. Eating some clock off here. Mason Collins. Oh, sweet finish right there at the 10 for two more. Give Collins 14 points for number 14. Slay. Oh, long pass. Tough skip pass. And a whistle to foul along the sideline. Greenies basketball here with 4:26. And Christ School can almost sense it a little bit as this clock continues to move, fourth quarter. And Tyler Jones will pull it back away. Jones gets into the paint, nice bounce feed, and Mason Collins, the easy finish. Jaden Griffin back in the game for Carmel Christian. Corner three, short as Wilkins pulls in the rebound. And stepping on the sideline out of bounds. This is going to belong to Christ School. The Greenies, a 24-point lead, 65-41. We'll be right back on Bahakel Sports. Don't miss your chance to customize and purchase official NCISAA state championship merchandise by visiting the basketball page on NCISAA.org. Northwest Designs, the official merchandise partner of the NCISAA. 24-point lead for the Christ School Greenies, who are 3 minutes and 55 seconds away from repeating as state champions. We talk about a rich basketball tradition for Josh Coley and his program. As Wilkins looking to bring the house down, got hung on the rim. Kennedy kicks it, open three on the other end, off the mark. And out of bounds, it's going to stay on this end with Carmel Christian. At one point, Christ School had won 5 straight state championships. Going back, this is a storied program. They've won 8 in their program's history, looking for the 9th. And of course, 4A state champions from a season ago. They had to get it done in Raleigh at Ravenscroft School a season ago. Slay, the skip. Down the baseline goes Leaks. Oh, behind the back dish to Griffin. He'll try a 3 and connects. On the assist from Braylon Bowman. Jones changing hands right down the runway for 2. 23-point lead for Christ School. Leaks. Skips it over, deep 3, off the mark, rebound Greenies. Michael Wilkins trying to create, bullets one inside for Mason Collins. How good is the freshman Mason Collins at 6'7", 184 in 9th grade? This is a guy Coach Coley said you're going to see at the high major level in about 3 years. Folks, once again, don't miss your chance to customize and purchase official NCISAA state championship merchandise by visiting the basketball page on NCISAA.org. Northwest Designs is the official merchandise partner of the NCISAA. And we mentioned we had an 8-point game at halftime, 34-26, and the Greenies just opened it up in the third quarter. And it just continues to grow. How about Ahart, his first bucket? For the 6'9" senior, gets in the scoring column here in the state championship. Active hands poked away, and Wilkins comes up with it. Inside they go to Ahart. Oh, sweet dish to Wilkins. Missed the dunk again. Here's Bryce Slade. And Slade just going to lay it home. And a quick timeout with 1:36 left to play. And folks, we want to remind you that tonight's broadcast of the NCISAA Basketball State Championship brought to you by North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance, as well as Ortho Carolina, the better choice. And the Greenies making the trip to Charlotte from Arden, North Carolina. Josh Coley's emptied his bench. Henry Chapman in for the first time, as well as William Robinson. And Cohen Booker. These young guys, as well as Jimmy Jones, who is a senior. Open look from 3 that time for Booker. Long pass up the floor for Barrett, who gets fouled with 109. And Christ School just 109 away from being kings of the 4A yet again. And Owen Barrett converts on the second free throw. O'Brien Barrett, excuse me. 71-47. As the final minute ticks off here. And missing the dunk inside. Trying to bring it down here late was William Robinson. And he'll snatch a rebound here. Oh, Robinson, 6'8". He's a junior. They've got him back next year. 42 seconds left to play in this one. And the Christ School team that played one of the best non-conference schedules in the state, 25-2. They went through that gauntlet, perfect in their conference. And Jimmy Jones, the senior, who is heading to Howard next year to be a manager, wants to get into coaching, gets in the scoring column in the state championship. And how about a three from Braden Miller here late? Final 14 seconds tip off as it goes out of bounds with 11.4. So Christ School, 11.4 ticks away from their 9th state title in program history. And the final buzzer comes to sound, and the Greenies are kings of the 4A and state champions yet again. A dominating second half and a 73-50 final score. Let the celebration begin for the Greenies. Back-to-back state titles. And they finished the season 26-2. Just a dominating second half. It was 34-26 at halftime. How about that? In the second half. And they're going to go celebrate with a student section. And Josh Coley going to bring the 9th state championship in program history back up the mountain to Arden, North Carolina. School that has had such a rich basketball tradition. And our Farm Bureau Insurance Player of the Game could have picked from any of these guys. Just a balanced attack tonight. But Zamika Wilkins, the difference maker, another double-double yet again. Huge on the glass in the second half. All 19 of his points came in the first half. And Christ School gets it done. 73-50, the final score. And they are your 4A state champions. And they repeat. For Kendall Lewis, Brady Pugh, the rest of our Bahakel Sports production crew, we'll step aside and keep it right here for the trophy presentation.
Number 2, Bryce Slay. Number 3, Eddie Davis. Number 5, Chandler Little. Number 10, Brandon Bowman. Number 11, Miles Leeds. Number 12, Braden Miller. Number 13, O'Brien Barrett. Number 14, Daniel Wandala. Number 15, Jay Griffin. Number 21, Ethan Caldwell. And number 21, Justin Douglas. Give a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, to the runner-up from Carmel Christian. And the coaching staff of Carmel Christian. Led by head coach Jamal Slay. And now let's give a big round of applause to this year's NCISAA 4A state champion, the Price School Green. Price School finished their season with an impressive record of 26-2. This time we would like to recognize each individual member of the team for their outstanding contributions for their season. We'll start off with number 0, Jimmy Jones. Number 2, Madden Collins. Number 3, Henry Chapman. Number 4, Jason Petty. Number 5, Tyler Jones. Number 10, Thomas Vickery. Number 11, Cohen Booker. Number 13, Jeremy Horton. Number 14, Mason Collins. Number 23, Joseph Ahart. Number 24, William Robinson. And number 33, Mikey Wilkin. I'd like the Christ School coaching staff to come on up and get you the medals as well, and we'll get a picture here. Coach Joshua Bowling with his assistants. Championship trophy. Give a big round of applause to the 2025 NCISAA State Basketball Champion, the Christ School Greens.